Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Hey Descendants and Zombies fans, I just want to say thank you for this unforgettable summer you guys have shared with me. This has been the greatest honor of my life, talking about the Worlds Collide Tour and providing you commentary that is actually worth listening to and watching on YouTube. This has been the greatest honor of my life and the most fun that I have had in 25 years. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody who has supported every video that I uploaded this summer about the Worlds Collide Tour, Descendants and Zombies related. It's been so much fun for me, talking about your favorite stars, the moments they share with you on stage, and it really was incredible seeing Freya Sky's reaction when she emotionally broke down on stage during her performance of Gold Is Gone. That was a beautiful performance, and I was waiting for Freya Sky to break down, and I wanted her to break down because I wanted her to have fun. And she showed that she was having fun by how she was emotionally connected to every moment of her performance on the stage, and her performance level was at an all-time high. I think for many years to come, I'll be saying the greatest things about Freya Sky on this YouTube channel, so if you are a fan of Freya, you're probably going to want to hit the subscribe button, because I am incredibly honored to be sitting here talking about Freya Sky the way that she's meant to be talked about for a very long time. And I have a lot of really fun things to say about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, because I too, just like each and every one of you, am the biggest fan of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars, because I believe they deserve anything but to be criticized by these critics on YouTube. These big-time YouTube creators are taking full advantage of the Worlds Collide Tour and its reviews. And we have a second part to the Worlds Collide Tour to look forward to in 2026. Late 2026, Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is set to premiere, and it's going to be going globally in places like the United Kingdom, Australia, Germany, and I'm incredibly excited to be along for the ride on this incredible journey that you girls have had me on for what feels like forever. Thank you so much, because you guys not only gave me a chance to talk about Descendants and Zombies, but you brought my career back from out of nowhere. You guys wanted a voice of Descendants and Zombies. You wanted a host of a podcast, because Disney was not creating a Descendants and Zombies podcast devoted to discussion about Descendants and Zombies for you, and you called up Jonathan Clarke. You put the shout out to Jonathan Clarke, and Jonathan Clarke came back from out of nowhere. And these critics had to know that the clock was going to run out on their criticism for Descendants and Zombies, because I was coming back, and I was going nowhere anytime soon. Because you guys have shown me an incredible amount of love and support, and I just want to show you that same amount of incredible love and support for Descendants and Zombies, because we still have a long way to go when it comes to conversation about Descendants and Zombies. And I have tried to shy away from the critics, and I have promised you all that I will stand in front of them with taking bullets for each and every one of you, because you deserve it, especially with how proud Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell have been to perform for you all summer in 43 arena dates, 43 venues that were sold out every single night. We still have 2 shows left. The final show will take place in Fort Worth, Texas, this coming Tuesday night. I will be here for the conclusion of the Worlds Collide Tour to help you make sense of it and to review it for you. This has been so much fun, and you guys have been uploading unbelievable videos on YouTube. I want to send a special shout out to everybody who's uploading full concert videos on YouTube, having the time of your life, sharing with the fans who are not as fortunate as you, having the honor to attend the Worlds Collide Tour, because a lot of people were shut out because every venue was shut out. And I want to say thank you guys for the fabulous jobs you've been doing on your videos. Where my issue lies is with these big-time YouTube creators uploading videos on YouTube that are criticizing the Worlds Collide Tour and the performances of the songs that you know and love from the Zombies franchise. What I got from all the videos were your guys' reactions, being a part of the Worlds Collide Tour that you couldn't believe you were a part of. You were like, oh my God, was this really happening? It happened for you because it was a dream of yours, and your dream finally became a reality. And Disney did the best to its ability to create this dream for you and to bring it to life, and I think they did a fabulous job. It was one of the best concert experiences I think I've seen since Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers Best of Both Worlds Tour years ago, and I remember being a part of that and being so amazed by that. And I never thought Disney would come out with something as extravagant as this, and they did years later. About 15 years later, here comes the Descendants Zombies Worlds Collide Tour, receiving rave reviews on YouTube, and they have been absolutely incredible. And you guys have been so supportive of all the reviews that have been put together on YouTube for your favorite stars of Descendants and Zombies. I just wish that people would stop criticizing Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky, because they have been so appreciative of being in your guys' presence all summer long with this Worlds Collide Tour. And the thing is about Leg 2, it's going internationally, so it's going to be heading overseas. We're going to be seeing performances done in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Germany. And I'm really looking forward to this, because we're going to see them on buses, we're going to see them on boats, we're going to see them on planes, we're going to see them sleeping, we're going to see them having fun. That's the thing about an overseas concert tour, is there's a lot of work ethic that goes into it and a lot of dedication. So we're going to see very different videos filmed. We're going to see very different video packages. And I, for one, am going to look forward to the interviews, the PR. I'm going to be looking forward to the music videos that are going to be collaborated, because I know the Gold's Gone music video, concert video from the Worlds Collide Tour from Freya Sky was so beautiful. And one thing I noticed about the Worlds Collide Tour music video was that she was having so much fun during the performance, and that's what I wanted her to do. I wanted her to have fun, because the reality of this is she's only 15. So do I think she deserves all the criticism she's receiving? No, I don't. Now, I know a lot of people will prefer the Zombies cast, the original cast, Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim forever and a day, but I really think that people like Freya Sky and Malachi Burton have really brought this one to life in a way that I don't think anybody else would have ever been able to bring it to life. And I am incredibly excited for the future of Freya Sky and Malachi Burton, because if there were two people who shared an undeniable amount of chemistry, it were these two. It was almost as if Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim had handpicked these two from out of a crowd. And I know how it goes. The audition process usually lasts for, days on end, and they go through about 500 different auditions between actresses and actors before they get the right amount of chemistry. But it was almost as if instant chemistry was seen from the moment that Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim laid eyes on Freya Sky and Malachi Burton. What a fabulous job they did bringing the characters Victor and Nova to life. Not only for the set of Zombies, but also for the stage production of the Worlds Collide Tour. It was almost as if you witnessed Victor and Nova's characters come to life on stage, singing songs like Dream Come True and Go My Own Way and Legends in the Making. Legends in the Making was a very popular song from the Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampire soundtrack. It not only allowed me to put my life into perspective for how I wanted to go down in history, for being one of the greatest of all time and one of the most revered, it also allowed you guys to really set your futures in motion, because now you're setting goals for yourself more. You have more dreams than ever before. No matter how far those dreams seem to be away from you, those dreams are achievable, and I want you to hold on to that for the rest of your life. And that's what I wanted to encourage and instill in all of your minds, is that dreams are achievable for whoever has a dream or a goal set for them. It may seem like forever away before you realize your dream, but the thing is, it can and it will happen for you. That was the message behind the song Legends in the Making, that we all have legacies that we are eventually going to leave behind. Everybody's legacy is different from each other, but that's what creates diversity in this world. If everybody had the same dream, this world would be a pretty boring place. And I've often said that if you have a dream, it starts with a goal, you set that goal, and your dream eventually becomes a reality. And the greatest honor of your life is when you sit back and you realize that this really happened for me. And that's what these stars of Descendants of Zombies are realizing now. They are as popular as ever before, and because they are popular than ever before, they are on the stage, sharing the same stage that Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers did years ago for the Worlds Collide Tour. Now, if you compare the two world tours, I think the special effects were at an all-time high for the Zombies Worlds Collide Tour. I think the attendance was at an all-time high, and it definitely broke records and shattered records that had set before by Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers. And I think that while High School Musical 2 holds the record for the most revered Disney Channel franchise in history, I think Descendants of Zombies is coming behind it with a record 8.9 million for Descendants 2's night of its premiere, and of course 8.7 million tuned in for the original Descendants movie back in 2015. So I think Descendants of Zombies is holding a close second to becoming the most revered Disney Channel franchise in history, and I think that you guys have showed an undeniable amount of love and support for Descendants of Zombies to secure the futures of your favorite stars. I think everybody has seen themselves through the eyes of their favorite star at one point or another. For me, it was always Kylie Cantrell. I loved Kylie Cantrell from the very first moment I laid eyes on her, and if there was one guy on YouTube who always had nice things to say about Kylie Cantrell, it was this guy here. So when Kylie Cantrell started receiving criticism, and I saw videos of her crying on YouTube, I said, this is creating a problem. This is creating an issue, because I'm not the only Kylie Cantrell fan that exists in the world. Kylie Cantrell has millions of fans out there, and they show their love and support for Kylie Cantrell all the time. Reading down through the comments of all these videos where Kylie Cantrell was crying on TikTok, I was seeing fans leaving comments of them telling them to leave Kylie Cantrell alone. And I concur with that, because I think Kylie Cantrell really does need to be left alone. Kylie Cantrell really needs to be given her space and shown her respect that she deserves. Because when a girl like Kylie Cantrell comes from out of nowhere and explodes onto the Descendants franchise and offers more to the Descendants franchise than Dove Cameron ever did, I think that people are just criticizing her because they have nothing else better to do with their own lives. Because they say they are professionalists on YouTube. Well, if you're a professionalist, why are you always criticizing people like Kylie and Freya, who are doing a fabulous job for both the Descendants and Zombies franchises? Because while people are seeing the exit sign for the Descendants and Zombies franchise, Kylie Cantrell and Freya are just wanting to be a part of it for forever. These are two celebrities celebrities who I really believe want these moments to last for forever. And they can last forever. Because one of the things I've always wanted to instill in your mind from watching these videos is that forever even has the slightest chance of existing. Now, I know it's been said many times throughout our lifetime that forever is not existent. And forever can't happen for anybody, but it really can. Because I've always believed that forever has a chance of existing, and it can happen for anybody out there. All you have to do is to hold on to whatever dream that you have, even if it is being a part of the Descendants franchise. Because I've seen a lot of fans approach Clarke and Dove Cameron in past years saying, can I be a part of Descendants? Because that's all you've ever wanted to do is be a part of Descendants of Zombies. And I respect that, because I saw what was special about Descendants of Zombies. What separated this franchise from every other franchise out there was the belief that hope existed for everybody out there, and a second chance was really real and could happen for anybody, because I've been given more second chances than I probably ever deserve. Oftentimes when I was a journalist years ago, I was very difficult to get along with and understand, but the niche that understood me more than anybody out there and allowed me to be your voice and a commentator for Descendants of Zombies was each and every single one of you. You guys brought me back from out of nowhere, and you gave me a chance to share my thoughts on Descendants of Zombies, because I saw the good in Descendants of Zombies when other commentators on YouTube didn't see anything but that. They just saw an opportunity to criticize something, to make fun of something, to upload parody videos on YouTube. And the commentaries as a result weren't really what you were looking for. What I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about your favorite stars, Clarke, Freya Skye, Malia Baker, and talk about them in the way that they had meant to be talked about for a very long time. Because when I see these celebrities afraid to Google themselves or watch them on YouTube, I think that there's an issue. There's a problem created, and there's something that can be done about it. And how we can fix this is by uploading better commentaries for them to watch, to feel inspired by. Because all I ever wanted somebody to amount to from watching my videos was to feel inspired, to perhaps create their own YouTube channel or create their own perspective on Descendants of Zombies, no matter if you were a fan of the original cast or you were a fan of the cast of the present, which has really changed the perspective on Descendants for forever. Because I think more people have fallen in love with the Descendants of Zombies franchises now because of these new casts, as opposed to the original cast that offered so much to the franchises. The thing is, the original cast of Descendants has desperately tried to leave their Disney past behind them because of their experiences, while this new cast has tried to explode the Descendants franchise and come off in a way that the original cast had never been able to do it. And I feel as if more people are inspired now, more people are looking forward to the future chapters of Descendants of Zombies. We have Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland as early as July 2026, and we have Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour to be confirmed for late 2026. A 2-month tour is being booked in places like Germany, the United Kingdom, Australia, and I'm incredibly excited to be a part of it because a lot of work ethic will go into this, a lot of rehearsal time, and new music will premiere by the time the Leg 2 of the tour happens, because we'll have new music from Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, which is going to be expected to be a part of the tour, and I, for one, am incredibly excited about things like the rumored remix of Life is Sweeter When You Are, a new song for the Pink character, and the cool thing is Liamani Segura could be a part of Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because that's what they're waiting on, the premiere of Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, so Liamani Segura can come in on the bill for the Descendants Worlds Collide Tour Leg 2, and with the new tour date scheduled for overseas, it's going to expand the global market for Disney. And that's really what they want. They're focusing on the global market. You know, years ago when I was a professional wrestling journalist, that what wrestling wanted to focus on was the global market. Wrestling wanted to expand. So as a result of them wanting to expand, they went overseas to places like the United Kingdom and Germany all the time. And that's what Disney is trying to do. Because the majority of the tour dates for the first half of the Worlds Collide Tour are focused within the United States. There were no Canadian dates, so I was shut out of the Worlds Collide Tour. Now people who were shut out from the United Kingdom and Germany and Australia, they're not going to have to worry about that anymore, because of course the global market is expanding. Ticket prices are going to start at $200, which is a reasonable price from when I think about it. When I really sit back and put it into perspective, that's a reasonable price, because of course if you're attending a VIP package or you're attending something special, you're going to have to pay a little bit extra, but I think every penny you spend on the Worlds Collide Tour is going to be worth it. I don't think we should be paying attention to these critics, these big-time YouTubers who attended the Worlds Collide Tour with the sole purpose of showing up and criticizing the Worlds Collide Tour for what it was worth. I think more of a chance needs to be taken on the Worlds Collide Tour and the stars of it, because they are trying to figure out their place in the world. and the best way to help them figure out their place in the world is by not offering them criticism, offering them videos with emotional support, and just, letting them know that we did love their performances. Because I'm not going to lie to you, one of the best performances I saw on the Worlds Collide Tour came from Freya Sky. Happened because of Freya Sky. These beautiful music videos that people have been making about the Worlds Collide Tour are absolutely outstanding, and Freya Sky's music video for Gold's Gone from the Zombies Descendants Worlds Collide Tour was fabulous. A 5-star rated production. And I think more great stuff from Freya Sky is on the way. More great EPs, more great albums, more great concert dates. And I think that with the publicity she's receiving, she's well on her way to becoming the next Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. I say this because I grew up as a millennial, and I saw some of the greatest pop artists of all time premiere, from the Backstreet Boys going down in history to being the greatest boy band and most revered of all time, to NSYNC, to Britney Spears, and moving on from that to bands like the Jonas Brothers and people like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande exploding in popularity for songs like that they had years ago. It was amazing. It was amazing how Taylor Swift could take a song like our song and turn it into everybody's song. How Ariana Grande could go from playing Cat Valentine on Nickelodeon to becoming one of the greatest pop stars of all time, being discovered for the Broadway musical The Lion King, and going on from that to star in a show like Nickelodeon Sam and Cat and Victorious and explode in popularity with her music. The song Problems was her first major single, and it exploded. And ever since then, Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift have gone down as some of the most revered artists of all time. So I think that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky can definitely find themselves in the same position to really take over. It may take a few years, but I really do believe that promising futures are in store for them. And how they get to that point in their career of realizing that they are some of the biggest and most successful pop stars in the world is by your guys' love and support, which you came out in unison to show at the Worlds Collide Tour. And I give you guys a profound amount of respect for doing that, because a lot of people would have turned away from the Worlds Collide Tour saying this is just going to be another Hannah Montana Jonas Brothers experience. But it was far from that. I loved how the stars of the concert interacted with you. I love how there was a Q&A. I love how they also showcased themselves for their actual real-life personalities as opposed to just the characters Red and Nova. It was beautiful how they broke character on times and they interacted with you. Not only during the Q&A, but also during the concert when they would come down and they would crowd surf or they would slap hands with you guys. It was really, really fun being a part of it. And I think that the people who showed up to criticize it just had a great time because they showed up to criticize something they had no business criticizing. So I wanted to take that pressure away from you guys watching the same 4 or 5 videos all the time on YouTube, because there really are only 4 or 5 videos on YouTube about Descendants of Zombies that you really do love, because the majority of videos on your favorite stars are just filled with criticism. And I think that's completely unnecessary when people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky are crying all the time because they're afraid to YouTube themselves, afraid of what they're going to watch. I think that if we uploaded more videos filled with the support and love and just showcased our love and passion for Descendants of Zombies, I think more people would find time and appreciating the content uploaded on YouTube. So that's why I really appreciate you guys putting up the call to me and bringing me back after a 25-year career I thought was put behind me, and now I'm back talking about Descendants of Zombies. And rest assured that this is the greatest honor of my life, having the honor to sit in front of this podcast microphone every day of my life and record up to about 3 videos a day, 3 to 4 videos a day on Descendants of Zombies, because it made me into a superstar overnight. My videos on Descendants of Zombies exploded in popularity, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that, because I honestly don't know where I would be without your guys' love and support. I really don't, because the support and the love that you've shown this YouTube channel is unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my life. Do I think we will see leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour? Sure I do. Do I think it will sell more tickets than ever before? Given the prices, it's questionable, but I have no doubt in my mind that people will make extreme sacrifices to attend leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because the music is going to get better. There are going to be more songs on the ballot. There are going to be more stars a part of leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, and it's going to be something that everybody is going to be excited about. And I think that more rave reviews are just going to come in about the Worlds Collide Tour that are going to convince Disney to keep on doing it year after year after year, and I'm really excited to be here to be a part of it. I have no issues with creating 100 Descendants of Zombies videos because I really do love talking about Descendants of Zombies. I don't mind the critics saying that the merchandise, the sweaters, and the t-shirts really didn't live up to their expectations. They spent up to $500. Some people spent $1,000 on merchandise, and they were disappointed with the merchandise quality. They were disappointed with the performance level. I mean, what did you expect? It was the first time ever that the Descendants of Zombies shared the same stage, and I think they did a considerable job with the performance, with the pressure that they were under. You know, earlier today, one of my friends asked me if I really wanted to be famous, and I looked at him and I said yes, because I really do believe that being famous is an honor. Having your name known by millions of people would be an honor of mine. And just knowing that I'm known by thousands of people because of my videos on YouTube really is the greatest honor of my life, because there's nothing else I would rather be talking about on YouTube than how powerful of a niche and how acceptant the Descendants of Zombies universe had been of me. Because you guys could have turned away from me from the very first moment that I uploaded a video about Descendants of Zombies, but you didn't. And because you didn't, this YouTube channel is well on its way to becoming the most revered and the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that. It is truly unbelievable the love and support that you guys have been showing this YouTube channel from the very first video that was uploaded. Because to be honest with each and every one of you, I thought from the very first video that was uploaded on this YouTube channel it was really a hit or miss. And I didn't think anyone was going to take my videos seriously or even going to watch me on YouTube. Some of you probably have forgotten about who I am. Some of you probably remember me from over a decade ago, because I've been on YouTube for a very long time. YouTube premiered on April 23rd, 2005. I premiered my YouTube channel in 2009, 4 years off the premiere of the original YouTube. And years ago, it was very hard to reach a specific niche for your voice to be heard. But because you guys have loved me from the very first video that was ever uploaded on this YouTube channel, I honestly don't know where I'd be today. This YouTube channel has really stood the test of time, and I've talked about a lot of different niches, and I provided commentary on a lot of things that just didn't make a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people. I seemingly have been a part of every part of the Disney Channel revolution. I can remember how popular Hannah Montana was, how popular High School Musical was. I was there for the premiere of High School Musical 2 that had a premiere of over 17 million people tuning in. 17.5 million people tuned into the premiere of High School Musical, and that wasn't yesterday. And it still holds the record for being the most revered Disney Channel movie in history, but I think Descendants of Zombies is coming behind it with over 781 million hours of stream time for Disney Plus, 250 million hours of stream time for Zombies on Disney Plus. It is truly unbelievable. You know, I really hope they do go through with a leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, because this will give it a chance to expand. The global market will take full advantage of this, and I think the fans of Germany and the United Kingdom will have an even greater appreciation than the fans of the United States and Canada and other parts of the world, because I really do see an expansion forthcoming for this Worlds Collide Tour, and I see even more of a reason to be excited for the future of it. I will have more to say on this throughout the evening, and I invite you to join me just after sunset for another video on this YouTube channel, at least one more video to go. Because I really do believe that as we reach the conclusion of the Worlds Collide Tour, there is still so much of a story yet to be witnessed by the fans of Descendants of Zombies. We shouldn't be discouraged about our hopes and our dreams of seeing a new chapter of Descendants of Zombies, because we have Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland forthcoming, which is a title that I really do love. I just think that the critics have a lot of jealousy built up within inside of them, and they are very frustrated about the jealousy that they are experiencing. And this is why all this criticism is being thrown the way of your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, because they wish that these stars would just go away for forever. But their stories are just beginning, and their stories are far from over, and that is reason enough to be excited about the future of Descendants of Zombies, because you guys made this happen. The reason why Descendants of Zombies is so big as it is because of each and every one of you. It's not so big because a guy on YouTube is uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies every day of his life for the rest of his life, and loves uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies every day for the rest of his life. It happened because of each and every one of you and how incredibly supportive you've been of these two franchises, and I can't thank you enough. Because you guys saw the potential in these videos, you saw the potential in me, you saw the good in me when nobody else ever did, and because you saw the good in me and you're always subscribing and you're always liking my videos, subscribing to this channel, this YouTube channel has become the most revered and the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the entire world, and I have each and every one of you to thank for this, because without you guys I'd probably be providing commentary on some niche that wouldn't be making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people, but because of each and every one of you, I am one of the most famous people in the world right now for talking about Descendants of Zombies, and it's because of all of you. Because I could just be a guy on YouTube with no likes and no subscribers to his videos, but because you guys love Descendants of Zombies so much, it shows in every video that I upload on this YouTube channel, and my passion for Descendants of Zombies has the opportunity to be showcased, because everybody on YouTube is a critic. Everybody on YouTube loves to upload these reaction videos that really make no sense to anybody, and I just really wanted to take that away from everybody, because the thing is, when you're talking about Descendants of Zombies, I think you have to provide great commentaries about Descendants of Zombies, just not reaction videos that don't make a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people. So in the final few seconds I just have here this morning, I want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. Thank you for bringing me back when you didn't have to. And I will forever devote the rest of my life to talking about Descendants of Zombies for however long this lasts. And I'm hoping that it lasts forever, because I have this issue with saying goodbye to franchises I've loved over the years. I always had that issue with saying goodbye to High School Musical, saying goodbye to Hannah Montana, and now I have this issue where I never want to have to say goodbye to Descendants of Zombies. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support you have continuously shown this YouTube channel, because I honestly don't know where I'd be without you. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons for this video if you're watching, and just know that I love you forever and always. Thank you so much for your love and support. I will be back just before sunset this evening with a third video discussing Descendants of Zombies. I'm really excited to be here with each and every one of you. Keep me in your heart, as I will keep you in mind as we discuss further into the futures of the Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour Leg 2 and bask in the glory of Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide, which is one of the most revered concert experiences of all time. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody. Keep kindness in your heart, as I will keep you in mind, and we will talk again in just a few hours from now.